Good morning and Happy New Year. Today is Monday, January 4th, and welcome back. I hope that you had a wonderful vacation and you got to do some fun things. When I saw a couple pictures of your Christmas and your New Year's on Facebook, I think that you had a super duper time, and I'm so happy about that. All right, so let's jump into the new year with a new prayer. All right, and it might be an old prayer because I think that Miss Kathy has done this. And you've heard me say it before, but I'm going to read it to you and then we'll say it together. Thank you for the world so sweet. Excuse me. Thank you for the food we eat. Thank you for the birds that sing. Thank you, God, for everything. So let's try that. Let's fold our hands and bow our heads. Thank you for the world so sweet. Thank you for the food we eat. Thank you for the birds that sing. Thank you, God, for everything. Amen. All right, let's start our new year off by saying our pledge. Put your hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. See the colors in the flag, in the flag, in the flag. See the colors in the flag, they're red, white, and blue. Good job. All right, so we start this new year off with a new color. And our new color, I'll give you a hint. Let me show you all our songs and our activities for this month. They're all outlined in blue. The color for January is blue. And the shape for January, if we look over here, is a square. Okay, and a square has four equal sides. Four equal sides for our square. So our color is going to be blue, and our shape is going to be a square. The first week of January, we're going to start off with a new letter, E. And I have Ellie, the elephant. Good morning, boys. Ellie's very silly. Her eyes are very silly. Let me see if I can get her to open her mouth. There we go. Good morning, Oliver. Good morning, Graham. I'm going to put Ellie aside for a minute, and we're going to talk about elephants today. But we're going to talk about words that begin with E. Okay, and here's our uppercase. Whew, I got to put my mind back on school. Our big E or uppercase E, and here's our small E or lowercase e. You both have E's in your name, so I know that you're familiar with that letter. All right, so the number 11 starts with E. Envelope starts with E. Eagle starts with E. Elephant starts with E. And egg starts with E. Now let's look over at our picture right here. Of course, we have our big elephant, and then we have a picture of an 8, an elf, and we already said eggs. This says exit. Exit is when you leave the building, you exit the building. Okay, I don't think we don't have anybody in our class with the name that begins with B, but we sure have a lot of our friends that have E in their names. So this week we are going to concentrate on the letter E. All right, so today we have our elephant worksheet. We have a worksheet that talks about winter friends, and we're going to read a book about the new season that we're in of winter. And then we have our snow day, and we're going to work on getting our snowflakes to travel down to the ground by following our dot to dot. And there's our friend the penguin on the bottom waiting for our snowflakes to fall. All right, so before we do that, I want to introduce you to some new songs. And I sent these songs home so you can sing them, or you can ask your brothers because they know these songs. Special, special, special me. How I wonder what I'll be. In this big world I can be anything I want to be. Special, special, special me. How I wonder what I'll be. These are my mittens. What are they for? They keep my hands warm when I walk out the door. Let's try one more. Oh, I like this one. Okay, ready? Wave, wave, wave your hands as slow can be. Wave them, wave them, wave them, wave them. Do it now with me. Wave, wave, wave your hands as fast can be. Wave them, wave them, wave them, wave them. Do it now with me. And you can think of anything you want to do. You could do, let me see. Clap, clap, clap your hands as slow can be. Clap them, clap them, clap them, clap them. Do it now with me. Clap, clap, clap your hands as fast can be. Clap them, clap them, clap them, clap them. Do it now with me. Whew, say that fast. Clap them, clap them, clap them, clap them. Do it now with me. So silly. You could do shake, you could do roll, all kinds of things. Fun songs, right, boys? All right, so we talked about the letter E for elephant. So the first thing that I want you to work on is taking your glue stick on your elephant, putting glue dots in each corner, maybe one in the middle, and gluing this onto your blue construction paper. Now, you can make your elephant any way you want. Now, if you look at Ellie, she's kind of different. She has some gray in her. She's got maybe cream. I wouldn't say white. She's like an off-white. She has pink ears. She has pink tongue. She has blue eyes. She kind of moves her eyes around, so it's hard for you to see her eyes, but if I do it like that, maybe you can see her. Okay, so your elephant, your creation. We know that when we see elephants, they're usually gray. Sometimes they're brownish. Our elephant over here is gray. So you can paint or color your elephant. I'm going to paint mine, and I'm going to try and see if this works. I'm going to wet my paintbrush, and I'm going to put it in black. And I'm going to use a lot of water, so it's not very dark black. It's more of a gray. All right, and that's how I'm going to do my elephant. Now you're gonna have, like I said, you're gonna have to use a lot of water because you don't want it to be, the dark black. You want the water to kind of dilute it so that it's that gray color. Okay, all right, so that's our first thing. We're gonna work on our elephant. Like I said, it doesn't matter to me if you color it, if you use, you can, I'm not sure if you have a gray marker. I don't have a gray marker, I don't think. But some of the gray kits come with gray markers. So up to you what you do with your elephant, E for elephant. All right, I'm going to read you from Discovering My World about cold weather. And I know that your fireplace has been on, and I know we've had a couple of nights that have been chilly willy. So let's talk about the cold weather. Now, this is a scene from winter, and it says, it is cold in the winter. Look at all that snow. You can see some icicles. It is cold in the winter. Cold weather brings the snow. You can see there's a lot of snow in this picture. The bench is covered with snow. Cold weather brings frost. Look at the cars. Have mom and dad had to use their scraper to get the ice off of their cars? You know, sometimes you can't even open your door of the car. It's so frozen. Do you like the cold weather? Do you like being outside in the snow? Do you like seeing the icicles? squirrels have fur to keep them warm. Have you seen a lot of Mr. Bushytails? He's been around. I just put some bread out last night on my front lawn, and I saw Mr. Bushytails take a piece of bread this morning. Can you think of other animals that have fur? I know we've seen the squirrel out, but what other animals have we seen out? Our chipmunks are in hibernation, so we shouldn't have seen too many chipmunks, but they have fur. We might see a fox. Fox have fur. Can you think of any other animals that you've seen that have fur outside? Inside, of course, we've seen our dogs and our cats. Birds have feathers to keep them warm. Birds have feathers. I've seen a lot of birds out lately. It's easier to see them when it's snowing because it's the white background. So especially the cardinals, the beautiful red cardinals, it's easy to see. Kids put hats and gloves on, especially when you're going outside. And that snow that we had before Christmas, it was fun to put our hats and our gloves on and maybe our mittens to go outside. And we put boots on. Is there something that you put on to keep you warm? Is there something special that keeps you extra snuggly warm? Some animals sleep all winter. There's a little chipmunk. He sleeps all winter. I have two little chipmunks that live in the front of my house, and they go back and forth on my little step, and I haven't seen them in a while because I'm sure they are snugly warm in their den sleeping. This guy, I think, actually, I'm looking at his tail. I think this might be a mouse. He's got a long tail, and mice hibernate. Some birds fly to warm places. Remember we talked about how the geese form that V when they fly, and they go to warm places. They don't like the cold weather. We play outside, and oh, look at this guy. He's having so much fun. He just came down that hill. He likes to sled. Oh, he's making, or her, I'm not sure, but this child's making a snow angel. Have you ever made a snow angel? And we can snowboard. I've never tried to snowboard, but my children have. Can you ski or snowboard? Have you ever tried that? Look at these children having so much fun in the snow. All right, so some questions to think about. What weather does winter bring? So are we wearing our bathing suits in the winter, or are we wearing our snow boots? So it's a little chilly willy, so I think we're dressing warmer for our winter weather. And what do animals use to keep themselves warm? They have fur, they have feathers. Those all help in keeping them warm. And how do people keep warm? How do we keep warm when we go outside? Well, when we're inside, we could put a fire. We have the fireplace on, or we have the heater on, and we could have a blanket on, our long sleeves and long pants, and snugly warm socks. But when we're outside, what are some of the things that we're wearing or putting on when we go outside? So put your thinking caps on. Are we wearing shorts? Or are we wearing long pants, or maybe snow pants? Are we wearing sandals, or are we wearing snow boots? Are we wearing a baseball cap, or are we wearing a warm winter hat? These are things that we're thinking about when the season changes. The clothes that we wear change. Which animals fly to warm places in the winter? And we looked at this picture. Let me get this picture back up. You can see the geese flying to a warmer place. Maybe they're going to Florida, to Disney World, down there where it's warmer. And what kind of fun can we have in the snow? There's one thing that they didn't show a picture of that my children used to do, that Maddie and Matt used to do. They would like to build forts, and they would like to build, they built blocks. They had this plastic mold, or this shape that built blocks, and they would pack the snow in, and then they would make a fort, a snow fort. And that's something fun to do in the snow. And can you think of fun things that you like to do in the snow? All right, and she's building a snowman, the last picture. She's building a snowman. That's something super duper fun to do in the snow. All right, good job on our winter weather. So our winter friends, if we look over here, we're going to do the same thing here, boys. We're going to put the glue on the corners. Unless you want to color this. If you're going to color it, you don't need to put the construction paper on. The reason I do the construction paper is just because sometimes the paint gets it wet and the paper rips. All right, so this is Winter Friends. If we look over here, this is interesting. This is where this person lives, and it's called an igloo. And you know how I was saying that Maddie and Matthew used to make forts? See these rectangles, the 2 long sides and 2 short sides? They have made their home with ice and snow. So that's called an igloo. And look, he's dressed so warm. He's got the fur around his face, and he's got his mittens on and his scarf, and even his pet seal, Silly, has a hat on. So this is a fun coloring page to do. A lot of it's going to be white, but you can have fun with his outfit, and our seal could be gray or brown, and you could have fun doing our seal's hat. So this is something that we're coloring, and it's reminding us of winter friends. And this is how we dress in the winter, and this is a house that we might see in a place that's cold all the time, an igloo. All right, and then, and of course we're putting our names on everything that we're doing. But I'm going to take my blue marker out, and I'm going to put my blue marker on top of Snow Days and write my name. My name has an E in it. See our E right here? All right, now our job is to get these 4 different snowflakes to fall down to the ground by following this path, this dot to dot path. And it might seem easy, which it probably is for you, but it could be a little tricky. So let's just take our time, and we're going to follow the dot to dot all the way down to the ground. And this is what it's going to look like when we take our time and follow that snowflake down to the ground. And we're going to do the same thing on the next 3. I'm going to do the last one, the zigzag, because that's the one that is a little tricky for me. So I'm going to take my time and do our zigzag. I love when snowflakes are falling, especially the big ones, because they you can see them, you can track them, and they look so beautiful coming down. And do you know that none of these snowflakes, or the snowflakes that you see outside, are the same? So that is super cool. Okay, you're going to keep going, taking your time, starting at the top and going all the way down. And then when you're done, if you would like to color your snowflakes in, you can do that. We know that snowflakes are white, but sometimes it's fun to use different colors. I just did one. Did a little bit in there, okay? So whatever you want to do, it's your creation. And then, of course, on the bottom, you could do our penguin. We're going to talk a lot about penguins in the month of January, because we're going to be talking about winter and colder weather. And our friend the penguin loves cold weather. I'm just going to very quickly do his scarf and a little bit of his hat. All right, and we can put that to the side. All right, and we are going to end our day with another song. Let me get the back of, where's our ice? Oh, I love ice. I love ice. It's so nice. It's so nice. I love to put ice in my drink. I love to skate around the rink. I love to play with ice in the sink. I love ice. I love ice. Do you guys like to play with ice? The only thing about ice is when you put it in your hands for a while, it starts hurting your hands, right? Because we're not used to having that cold ice on our hands. So sometimes it hurts our hands. But I love playing with ice. I love playing with icicles outside. And that's something fun that we can do in January and February because that's when the weather is icy and cold. All right, boys. So color of the month is blue. The shape of the month is a square. And the letter of the week is E. And E is for envelope that's sent in the mail. And E is for the elephant that has a trunk and a tail. So this week we're going to be talking about E. Tomorrow we're going to be doing our E worksheet. And we're going to think of more things that can begin with E. And if you can think of something that begins with E, put that in your thinking caps, and we'll talk about it on our Zoom call on Wednesday. All right, boys, Happy New Year. I'm so glad that we're back together. I've missed you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.